Why the One Ring had to be walked to Mount Doom.
Once upon a time in the land of Middle-earth, a tale unfolded that would forever change the course of history. A tale that involved a small, unassuming hobbit named Frodo Baggins and a ring of unimaginable power. The One Ring's power is not just a matter of physical might or magical prowess. It's a complex weave of spiritual, psychological, and metaphysical elements. When Sauron forged the ring in the fires of Mount Doom, he poured into it a significant portion of his own essence, his own malevolent will. This made the ring an extension of Sauron himself, granting him dominion over the other rings of power and their bearers. It was a masterstroke of dark craftsmanship, binding the fates of elves, dwarves, and men to his own. But why, you may ask, did this ring have to be walked all the way to Mount Doom? Sit back, dear friends, and let me tell you a story that delves into the very essence of power, corruption, and redemption. In the heart of the dark land of Mordor, the Dark Lord Sauron forged the One Ring, pouring into it his cruelty, malice, and will to dominate all life. The ring granted him immense power, but it also became his Achilles' heel. If the ring were destroyed, so would be Sauron's dominion over Middle-earth. Now, why Mount Doom? The fires of Mount Doom were no ordinary flames. They were the same fires in which the One Ring was forged, the only fires that could unmake it. You see, the ring was a part of Sauron, and only by returning it to its point of origin could its dark magic be undone. But why walk? Why not fly on the backs of eagles? Or ride swift horses? Herein lies the crux of our tale. The ring was not just a physical object, it was a manifestation of power and corruption. It had a will of its own, seeking always to return to its master. The closer one got to Mordor, the heavier the ring became, not just in weight, but in the burden it placed on the soul. Eagles, majestic as they are not immune to corruption. The ring's power could ensnare them, turning them into agents of the very evil they sought to vanquish. Horses, too, could be driven mad by the ring's influence. The ring's malevolent influence could seep into their very being, driving them to madness and aggression. Imagine a steed, once noble and gentle, now frenzied and uncontrollable, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. And let's not forget the ever-watchful eye of Sauron, searching ceaselessly for his precious ring. A large, conspicuous group would draw attention, making the mission doomed from the start. A large group, whether on horseback or flying through the sky, would act like a beacon for all the dark forces of the world. Stealth and secrecy were of the essence. So, it had to be a hobbit. And it had to be a walk, a perilous, arduous walk. Hobbits, you see, are resilient to the ring's corruption, not completely immune, but less susceptible than other races. Their humble desires for hearth and home made them unlikely to use the ring for grandiose schemes of power and domination. And walking allowed for stealth, for a quiet, unassuming journey that could slip under the radar of Sauron's ever-vigilant eye. But the journey was not without its trials. The ring tested Frodo's will at every turn, whispering promises of power, preying on his fears and insecurities. It played on his love for the Shire, suggesting how he could use its power to protect his home. It magnified his feelings of inadequacy, making him believe that he was too weak, too insignificant to complete the quest. The ring knew the inner workings of the Hobbit's mind and used this knowledge to sow doubt and discord. It was a battle of the mind as much as it was a physical journey, a constant struggle to remember the purpose and the necessity of their quest. And let's not forget the fellowship that accompanied Frodo. Gandalf, the wizard, was the guiding light, both literally and metaphorically. His wisdom and magical abilities were invaluable, but so was his deep understanding of the complexities of Middle-earth and the dark forces they were up against. Aragorn, the ranger also known as Strider, was the natural leader, a man of noble lineage who had spent years in the wilderness, learning the lay of the land and the ways of both its human and non-human inhabitants. Legolas, the elf from Mirkwood, brought his keen eyesight and archery skills. Gimli, the dwarf, was not just a stout warrior with a battle axe, but also a representative of a race that had long been estranged from the elves. And three of Frodo's own hobbit friends, Sam, Merry, and Pippin, they were not warriors or mages, but their courage and loyalty were the heart and soul of the fellowship. Each had their role to play, their own battles to fight, but it was their unity, their friendship, that saw them through the darkest times. They were a reminder that no one, however strong or resilient, can bear the weight of the world alone. When Frodo and his loyal friend Sam finally reached the fires of Mount Doom, it was a moment teetering on the edge of despair and hope. The ring's power was at its zenith, its pull almost unbearable. It was then that Frodo faltered, succumbing to the ring's allure. But it was also then that the story took an unexpected turn. Gollum, a creature twisted and corrupted by the ring's power, bit off Frodo's finger and reclaimed the ring, only to slip and fall into the fires below. It was a moment that encapsulated the very themes of our tale: power, corruption, but also redemption. Gollum, a victim of the ring's malevolence, became the unlikely hero, the agent of its destruction. It was a poignant reminder that even in the darkest souls, there lies a glimmer of good, a chance for redemption. Yet, in the end, it is this corrupted, seemingly irredeemable creature who accomplishes what no one else could: the destruction of the ring. And he does it not out of a sense of heroism or self-sacrifice, but out of greed and obsession, the very traits that the ring instilled in him. It's a beautifully ironic twist, one that highlights the inscrutable ways in which fate operates in Middle-earth. So, dear friends, that is why the One Ring had to be walked to Mount Doom. It was a journey that transcended the physical realm, delving into the complexities of the soul, the nuances of good and evil. It was a tale that needed to be lived. Every arduous step, every perilous encounter, to understand the weight of the choices we make, the paths we take, and the people who stand by us along the way. And so, the ring was destroyed, Sauron vanquished, and Middle-earth saved. But not without cost. Heroes were made. Lives were lost. And the world was forever changed. But the story lives on. A testament to the enduring power of hope, friendship, and the indomitable resilience of the spirit. And there you have it. The tale of why the One Ring had to be walked to Mount Doom. A tale not just of a ring, or a hobbit, or a mountain, but of us all. For in each of us lies the potential for both great good and great evil, and it is the choices we make that define us, that make us heroes or villains in the stories of our own lives.